Hello viewers, welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship taking place at Imola, and it's the Group 1, the Aliens racing today. I think it's fair to say, and I said this yesterday, this track has, not yesterday, on Friday, sorry, this track has proven to be quite a battle for a few drivers. It is a love-hate relationship with this track, you either love it or you hate it. Not so much incidents with car on car, but the number of cars going off track on this circuit has really proven itself this week. You know, in every race we've done, number of cars going off, Imola going deep, cars into the barriers, you know, into the various Variante Alta, the Tamburello, you know, the Villeneuve. I think every corner we've seen cars going off. And I think early on in the race, if they push and push and push, they're going to struggle. And I think we've seen people pushing early on in the race as well, where the tyres go off towards the end. And on this track, you do actually feel it. So I think this is going to be interesting because these guys are the quick guys. You wouldn't expect track incidents, as we should say. I'm hoping there's going to be no racer-on-race incidents, but I do believe we probably will see a clean start, as we have done with all the races. But I don't think we're going to see too many cars going off track. I think this is going to be an absolutely enthralling race. So, we'll go live to the stream. I've got with me Jeremy.
Hello everyone. Great to be here today. Looking forward to the race.
And what we'll do is we'll have a quick glimpse at the table. I'll have to see if I can bring that into the screen correctly so you can all see it. It's not fully on the screen there. Just let me move it over a little bit. I've not done my normal preparation because I was watching the Formula 1, but you can see the table there. So we know Peter's dominating at the moment. It's really between Peter, Carlo and Andrea. All three of them are on track, so you know, anything goes really in this race. And then we've got Chris Bone coming up in 4th place as well. John Saunders is just under 50 points behind 4th place. We got Lars, who's 7 points behind that, and then we start opening up a little bit of a gap now. David Gerrard's been away on holiday, but I do believe he's made it back, and he has been doing some practice. He is on the server, so I think the majority of the key races in this championship are racing today. So I think it's really going to pay dividends for everyone who's attending. So what we'll do is we'll go into qualifying. We'll jump on board. This is Jonathan Wood, who's been our co-commentator for a number of weeks. He's decided to ignore the doctor's instructions and go out on track. So when he gets to the end of the lap, what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a lap guide as usual. Just to highlight, guys, you know, our sponsors of ACC TV is PWS Clean Equipment, preciouswashers.co.uk. I visited the site actually to look at what they did, and I didn't realise how much you could get for cleaning. And when I mean clean, I'm talking about, you know, power washers and stuff like that, but it's not just about power washers. So if you're in the market for something, pop along. You know, if you're an eSeniors member, you may well get a discount as well. I think Darren's mentioned you'll get a discount, and hopefully there'll be something of interest there. I know when I'm due my next pressure washer, I know where I'm going anyway. So Jonathan's just coming over now. So we'll jump on board with Jonathan and we'll talk you through the lap, and I'll do my usual lap guide. So he's coming down Variante Bassa here. This is turn 1, although it's just a little bit of a kink. Flat out, he'll get the car to go to the right, and then just after the steward station on the right, he'll brake hard, keep the car straight, and then turn left into corners 2, 3 and 4, which is the Tamburello. He'll get the power down early, put it into 3rd gear through this corner, then into 4th, accelerate hard, keep to the right, and then just after the 50, he'll bring the car to the left, cut the corner, and then start easing on the brakes and change down gears. Again, cutting the corners there, and that's corners 5 and 6, which is Variante Villeneuve. Keep the car to the right just after 50, brake hard, down through the gears, into toast to the left-hand hairpin, and then flat out, and you'll see a bit of a kink at the top. This is corner 8. And this leads us on to the left-hander Piratella. Brake after the 50, again, cut the corner a little bit, get the power down, don't drift the car too wide, and then get the car to the left-hand side, brake in a touch, drop it down a gear, cut the corner on the right, and this takes into the famous Variante, the Imola. And again, don't go too wide there. There is track limits and track warnings there. Flat out, keep the car to the left, brake at the curbs on the left, ride the curbs as much as you can on the right, and that takes us through the Variante Alta. Don't drift wide again, wide right again, because that will give you a track warning and possibly you know, one of your 3 strikes. After the 100 marker, brake hard, come down through the gears, cut the corner to the left, get your power down. That's Rivazza corner 17 and 18, and that takes us back into start finish straight, where this little kink is corner 19, and then we're back onto the Variante Bassa. Very, very quick guide of Imola. Now, ironically, this is the Ferrari track, and the Ferraris really seem to struggle. And what you will see, or what we expect you to see, is pretty much a clean sweep from the Bentley. So you're going to ask the question, why is the Bentley so good here? So me and Jeremy were talking about this just before the start. There's certain cars that ride the curbs really well. The Bentley dominates that. This track, if you ever look at any of the corners, they've got little knobbly curbs, or they've got sausage curbs. Any other car, you get launched. The Bentley, it doesn't even feel them. So I think you get the added gain on the corners purely because the way it rides the curbs. And you know, obviously the Bentley's a fast and muscly car anyway. So anyway, we're with Jonathan. Jonathan's posted a 142.6, and he's not going too quick at the moment. He's actually going slower. So we'll move from Jonathan, and we're going to jump on board with Craig, who's currently in 8th. His best is a 142.7, and he's 6/10ths up. So he's going for the low 142s here. And when you consider the guys in the Group 2s just got into the 142s, this goes to show the divide between Group 1 and Group 2. So he's looking for a 142.1, so that's nearly a second quicker than the Group 2 guys yesterday, and that is from the 6th place racer. So, you know, we have these groups set up to try and manage, you know, the differences in driving, and I think this track really highlights that. And you can see Craig's also in a Bentley as well. So there's a possibility we could have 5 or 6 Bentleys on the start grid. I will say Andrea in the Aston will probably be the exception to that, but the Aston is also good on the curbs, just not as good as the Bentley. Quick jump to the chat. Hi Peter. Hi Terry. Hi Frank. Hi Luke. Hi Lee. Hi Steve. Hi Billy. And hi Don.
Hello. So right now, Carlo Van Brabant in P1, Carlo and Peter are having a lot of fun. They're only separated by a fraction of a second.
Yes, they're separated by, yeah, who is it? I'm just in 9,000ths of a second.
9,000th of a second. That's absolutely insane.
So Carlo is 3/10ths up here. Carlo's going for a 140.9.
Oh wow.
He's just lost time coming out of that corner. So he's going for a 141 flat here. So let's see if he does a 141. He could still do a 140. A 140.9. Wow. So to put that in perspective, that's 2 seconds faster than the pole on Group 2 yesterday. 2 seconds faster. Hi Krista. Glad you could join the stream. Sorry to hear you're not racing today, but
sure.
at least you're in the stream. Thank you for joining us.
Hello Stefan.
Oh, hi Stefan. Yeah, you just popped in as well. All we need now is Mr. Grumpy himself, Melvin, and I'm sure he's lurking, and we'll hear from Melvin shortly. No offence meant there, Melvin, by the way. You know, you should know me by now. Grumpy Old Man is his name of his car, so I'm just referring to that. Hi Mike. Just for you guys in the chat to know, my server's now set up for Donington next week with the correct settings, so don't forget to take your brolly, don't forget to take your wellies. And make sure you got full wets. Could have been worse, we could have put it at night. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to Keola. So Keola's 4/10ths up, he's going into the 141.6 as he's put himself into 3rd. Hi Jaime.
Hello Jaime.
Lee Ellis is saying wets. Lee, all I'm going to say is if they could do different types of wets, you'd be using the monsoon tyres. We thought we'd spice it up a little bit. No, actually, I'm going to jump back. I'm going to jump to Craig Holmes now. So Craig Holmes is on a 142.1, and he's 8/10ths up. He's going for a 141.3 here. Oh, he's lost a bit of time. So let's see how he does. He's on for a 140. This could put him into 3rd place in front of Andrea. Now this will be eye-opening. And I would say this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, I don't mean any offence, Craig, this will be the highest up I've seen Craig qualify since I've been streaming. I could be completely wrong, obviously. Going to do it? He has indeed.
He has.
And someone else on a flying lap is Nelson. So he's looking to jump up, and he's gone to 6th place with a 141.7.
Incredible.
So look at that. We've got 7 guys under the 142s.
Yeah.
And then we have...
Yeah. Top 5, 4 Bentleys.
Wow. Andy Goddard's just... I've just done a few laps at Donington, and all I'm going to say is the grass is very lush. I like that, Andy. Right, yeah, we wanted it to grow a little bit. Okay, so who can we go? Chris Bourne. So Chris Bourne is lapping it up in 9th at the moment. Not Chris's usual position, actually. So I'm not too sure whether the Lexus is enjoying this track or not.
Yeah, but wait, Chris usually puts his fastest lap towards the end of quali.
Well, he needs to put his knife and fork down, doesn't he, and get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on he's a 142.2 and he's 2/10 up, so he's hoping to break into the 141s here, which is possible, but he's going to be towards the back of the 141s, which means he may just jump one place here in front of Jonathan Wood, our co-commentator. Luke's saying there's no Porsche in this group, he's offended. Well, all I'm going to say, Luke, is if the aliens aren't picking the Porsche, there's a reason for it. Chris Bourne's lost all his time. He's not going to better himself. So I'm going to jump to John Saunders. John Saunders is 142.4 and he's 3/10 up. He's looking to leapfrog Chris Bourne here. Chris Bourne has made a little bit of time on the last corner. And he's losing it. He's not going to jump forward, Chris Bourne. And John Saunders has lost all his time as well.
Yeah, it looks like Merch says he doesn't feel well and he probably won't race today.
Okay. Derek Bird, 142.8. He's 2/10 up. He's on for a 142.6. He's down for a 142.5. Yeah, he's losing a bit of time here. He's really battling with the car. I was going to say, Derek's in a Porsche. Yeah.
Yes.
Just remembered that, Luke. Melvin's crept in the back door. There he is, the grumpy old man himself. I did mention that, Grant Melvin. I said, I bet you sat there quietly knocking on the door trying to get in. Sorry for calling you the grumpy old man, but you do refer to yourself as that and also your car name, so, you know, names can stick, can't they? Obviously, I've spoken to you. I know you're nothing like that at all, fella, so it's all just a bit of good fun. Right, just going to jump back to Mark Stevens, back of the grid. We've got 7 minutes to go. He's 143.7 and he's 4/10 up, so he's looking for a 143.3. So that's in keeping with his time during the week, actually, in the constructors, Mark, because I think he got into the low 142, the high 142s. But I don't believe this is. I mean, you look at the Ferrari. The first Ferrari is in 10th. So I think that tells you a massive story about the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Not being able to touch the curbs, and you just cannot get the power down. I know Howells was in the Ferrari in Group 2 and did a fantastic job, to be fair. But I just don't think on this track it's a competitive car. I know Jaime was racing it as well. And it just, I mean, you can just see how deep he's going into the corners there. He's 5/10 up. He's going for a 143.2, which is going to move him up 2 places, but he's got a lot of work to do. And in fact, he's going to be in front of his teammate, Tony Whitten, from the constructors. Yeah, 143.1 in the end. Melvin said, thought about doing it in stealth mode, and yes, he's a really grumpy old man. I'll tell you what, Melvin, if I'm ever around where you are, I'll sort you out from being a grumpy old man with a couple of beers, mate. I think it's just a mask, mate. I think when you take that mask off, underneath you're not grumpy at all. Right, so David Noble, quite down the grid actually, David, 13th place and a 142.7. I mean, granted, I'd take that time any time of the day. Or
yeah.
Don Queen clears throat. Right, okay. I think Don Queen would like to be known. He drives the Ferrari in Group 3. My apologies, Don. Yes, of course you do.
Very interesting to see that Carlos still has P1 and Peter is a quarter of a second down.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And
Craig Holmes, P3.
Yeah, that's what I said, Craig. I don't remember Craig ever getting into the top 3 before in qualifying.
No.
Melvin says it'll be even worse after a pint. Nah. When you know me, mate, nah, not a chance. Oh, and he's better after 2. That's it, Peter. That's it. I'm going to set myself a challenge, actually, in the UK. When all this COVID malarkey's out the way, I travel around the UK a lot with work. I'm going to post to places where I am. And if any of these seniors live nearby, I'm going to put you to task to come out and have a... If you don't drink, just come out and have a chat and a coffee. If you do drink, to come out and have a drink with me. You know, I'm quite happy to... Obviously not pay for an expensive night, but I'm quite happy to buy a couple of drinks. No problem at all. No problem at all. I'm actually in London in a couple of weeks' time. Unfortunately, I've got to spend it with work colleagues, which is quite disappointing. Because there's quite a lot of you who don't live in London. I know London's a very big place, so I'm not going to be ignorant to that. But it would have been a great opportunity. But I do travel all over the place. As I said, Scotland, the south, the east, the west, Ireland, the Republic, Northern. Just gone off David there. He spoiled his lap. I think this is what we're going to see. 3 minutes 41. Still chances of going off. Devon, yeah, know Devon really well. And I've got family in Cornwall, which obviously is just a bit further over from Devon. I'm not too sure where the border of Devon breaks up to go to the east, you know, what the class as the east. Where's the place where Devon starts and the Devon ends and the east starts? Yeah, Gloucestershire's more East Wales, isn't it? New Forest and stuff like that. Sorry, yeah, the Forest of Dean and stuff like that. I go there a lot. I've got a customer in the Forest of Dean. There's no one to follow on track. John Saunders is 4/10 up. So he's going for the 141s here, if he can do it. Now he's lost time. Let's just follow him for the rest of this lap. He's lost a lot of time. Yeah, southwest. Yeah, he's still up, John Saunders. He's looking to leapfrog Noble at the moment. If he can get through this corner well, get the power down. Drifting the car around there quite a lot, but he's got the power down well. He's 2/10. He's gonna leapfrog David Noble. Noble's in the pits. If he doesn't come out soon enough, in fact, he will miss the next lap now. Noble, he can't get out the pits in time to get a lap in. So Noble, Carlo, and Merch. As we've heard, Merch isn't racing, or may not be racing.
So the top 9 are literally within the same second.
Yep. Scary, really scary.
Promises to be a very entertaining race.
It does indeed. Really looking forward to this. I think more so because we've seen what's been going on all week.
That's right. John Saunders, right, Neil Bywater. He's looking to jump 2 places here. If he can do another 10th, he's going to lead David Noble and put David Noble into 12th. So can Neil get the bit between his teeth here? He's 3/10 up. Someone else who's on a mission in a second. It's John Saunders. John Saunders is flying. I'm going to jump forward to John Saunders. He's coming towards the end of his lap now. He's 6/10 up on his, and he's on a 142.2, so he's going for the 141.6 at the moment, which will put him into either 5th or 6th. He's now looking at 5th. He's going to push Andrea out the way. He could even get 4th. Where's he going to be, Saunders? What a fantastic qualifying lap towards the end, and he can still get another lap in. He's gone 5th. He's moved Andrea down. So Andrea's really got it to do. 3 thousandths of a second off Reese Wiggin in front of him. Wow. I've been to Hastings, Luke. Visited there on my jollies. What a lovely place that was.
Really enjoyed Hastings. Chris Bourne is going a little bit quicker. He's languished. I'm going to say he's languishing in 8th. But I mean, with this competition, I mean, them times aren't languishing. He's on a 1:41.80 with 1/10 up. Just keep an eye on the times because John Saunders is going quicker again. Chris is going for 2 places here. Is he going to move up into 6th? Or is he going to get 7th? Close. Oh, he's done it. He's just got himself into 6th. Right. I'm going back to oh, John Saunders was going for 2nd place, and he's just grey lapped it. So Andrea Caiola, who's on I think it's a valid lap, is 3/10 up with a 1:41.6. He's going for 3rd place here. Is Andrea? He's not going to be outdone. He's going for 3rd place on the grid. Don't think he's going to better that, but he's certainly going for 3rd place. Is he going to do it? Oh no, he's lost a bit of time there. Slow on the gear change. Oh, he's got 3rd. Look at that. Wow, look how close. Wow. The top 9 all within the 141s or less. And then
incredible.
The next up to 15 are 142s. Back in a second. Okay, we'll do me obligatory grid walk. So what we'll do is we'll quickly go down and just see who's on the grid doing what. So what we've got on the pole position is Carlo Van Brabant, and then we've got Peter Wolfslaner on the left hand side in the 196. Followed up by Andrea, who just managed to put that storming lap in the Aston Martin, splitting up the Bentleys. There's 4 Bentleys in the top 5, and then Craig Holmes in the 109. Then got Reese Wiggin in the 667, and then John Saunders in the first of the Ferraris. Then got Chris Bourne in the Lexus, and we've got Nelson Abranhoser in the 33 Martini Aston Martin. We've then got Lars Eklund in the McLaren, and Jonathan Wood, who's back racing, in the Lamborghini. Then got David Noble in the green Aston, and we've got Neil Bywater in the Ferrari. We've then got one of the PWS sponsored cars of David Gerrard, and then Derek Bird in the Porsche, the one and only Porsche. We've got Chris Baker in the Sega Aston, and then we've got Mark Stevens in the orange Ferrari. We've then got Tony Whitten in the purple Ferrari or dark blue Ferrari, and Hugh Morris in the light blue Ferrari. And then got Dimitri Stathis in the black and pink Ferrari. The yellow Aston will go to the pits, and Peter de Jong has joined us at the end. So that is the starting lineup for where we are, and hopefully we'll have some really good quality racing. So what we'll do is we'll go to the helicam of the start cars, and when we're ready to go, we'll get that sorted and enjoy the race. Hi Terry.
Hello Terry.
Yep, Luke Peters in the pink piggy, that's it. Right, I'm just going to jump forward a car and line up with Peter's car. This start's going to be really interesting. But I do think, I mean, Carlo's qualifying time, I don't know if his race trim's any different. It was, I'm going to say, significantly quicker than the rest. I'm only talking 2/10, but believe me, these guys, that's significant. Craig's looking like he's trying to steal a place there. And John Saunders, it's all kicking off behind. Look how close they are. Saunders is between a sandwich of a Bentley and a Martini Aston there. I think he's looking for a bit of a drink. So they don't get to go after the first line. It's the second line where they get to go. Bournemouth I know really well, Terry. Worked down there a lot. Got a couple of customers down there. I think I've mentioned to you before, actually. More Christchurch rather than Bournemouth, but I've spent many a day in Bournemouth, or many a night, shall I say. Lovely curry house down there. Peter's really waiting here, and off we go. And Peter's made a fantastic start. Has he got the drive on Carlo, or is he going to have to round the outside? I think, he's got it. No, he's not.
No.
He's showing total respect. Oh, is that contact? Oh, bit of contact there. Jonathan Wood got hit by Neil Bywater, I believe. Oh, and there's PWS car spun out. Oh, and there's contact further back. David Gerrard was hit by... I'm not too sure whether that was Derek Bird, actually. Let's have a quick replay of that. So, who hit David Gerrard? That's the puzzle. Just wait for the replay to come back. I know he got hit, but I'm not too sure by who. So we're just focusing on, and it's the Aston with the pink stripe down the middle. So far, so good. Very, very clean. You can see one of the Ferraris goes off wide there. Oh, all right. So Derek in the Porsche stopped, and then he got hit by the Aston of Chris Baker. Oh, interesting that one. Pick the bones out of that one, I think it's fair to say. So from that perspective, I think there's going to be a bit of driving, interrogating, shall we say, the replay, just to see what's going on. And I've now lost my mouse. Come back, mouse, please. All is forgiven. I don't know why this has started happening. It's ever since Windows updates come on. I've got it back again now. It just seems to. I just seem to lose my mouse. Right, let's go back to the front, and we're going to jump on board with Craig Holmes, because Craig is putting pressure on Andrea. So Craig qualified in third, and we've obviously missed the pass on Andrea. There has been another incident, Mark Stevens and Hugh Morris, and I don't think they've lost positions there, but there's been, it looks like, a bit of a tap. We know what you meant, Terry, the concertina effect. Whoa! Oh, dear, 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 dear.
My God, wow. That was a bad contact there. And I think Andrea's car is done. I'm not sure.
That was... No, well, it's coming back on track, but what went on there? It's struggling with the replay. So, it's coming down here. He's getting a good run on the car in front. He's going down the inside, but he's not going to make the pass. Craig's gone round fine. He's hit the curb, and Craig's hit the back of him, and then he's come across track. And Saunders has given him a hell of a whack.
Yeah, that's
and Saunders has gone off as well. Saunders has hit the wall further round. So, whoa! Andrea's car's looking a bit ropey there, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrea's car's looking. He's fighting with it. Really fighting. I think he's got damage. I mean, that whack from Saunders, that will have caused damage.
For sure he has damage.
I will jump to Saunders in a minute, because Saunders is losing time as well. In fact,
Saunders also destroyed the front of his car.
Andrea's gone across the curb there. He's not got no turn. I think we're going to see Andrea in the pits. Yes, Luke. Lost for words.
Yeah, in the meantime,
he's really slow, isn't he? I'm just following Andrea into seeing if he is pitting. It's cut. Yeah, he's pitting. Right, let's just jump to John Saunders, because he got a whack from behind. Sorry, he whacked. Obviously, Andrea is to come on track, and then he appeared to hit the barrier, but he does seem to be running. So, okay so far. Right, just jump into the back. Peter de Jong is putting pressure on Dimitri. And the PWS Aston and the Sega Aston are now putting pressure on Peter. Oh, that's gone deep. He's not going to make that turn, and that's going to be Craig passing him. But that's David Gerrard has now managed to lose another place there as a result of going deep. But we don't know if he's got damage from the contact before either. I'm just going to jump forward. Nelson is now putting pressure on Chris Bourne. And we've seen this before, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at Silverstone. Nelson hit Chris Bourne and caused Chris Bourne to rotate. So Chris Bourne will be looking in his mirrors thinking, here we go again. So we've had a stop and go for car 67.
Oh, Andrea.
And that's Andrea. So he's sped in the pits.
Oh,
so he's come out the pits and he's either sped into the pits or sped out the pits. And it's just gone worse for Andrea there. He's going to be losing so many points.
Too much adrenaline there. I'm sure he's very upset.
I think the problem with Andrea there is he got on the curb and he started bouncing his car and he naturally lost time, and I think Craig behind him just couldn't stop because of the amount of momentum he lost, and obviously Craig's then hit him, he's over-rotated the car, and as a result of that he's then come back on a cross and he's a sitting duck. So that's a shame for Andrea, that.
Yeah, definitely. So in the meantime, Peter is closing, starting to close in to Carlo. He reduced the lead by a half a second.
Yep. So I'm just looking down. Chris Baker's putting pressure on. Nelson's putting pressure on Chris here, but Chris Baker's putting pressure on Peter de Jong. Nelson's looking really racy. To be fair,
exactly.
He's looking really racy. But I will say, I can't speak for others, but my Aston tubed the tyres up yesterday. And I don't believe I was abusing it. Chris has gone wide there. Kept the power down though. Oh, good. He's got him. Has he got him?
He does.
Oh, he's got the inside. Chris made a mistake on the chicane. And it's gifted Nelson the place. And this time it's been fair. Clean pass. What a pass. Oh, he's got a bit on. Oh, Chris could have him again here. Is Chris going to get him? Because he's got a good drive out of there. Chris has now got the toe. Nelson's defensive here. He's going to keep his car on the left-hand side of the track. Chris is looking at it. I think he's too far back.
I cannot do much from the outside.
No. Now Nelson's got a really good angle there. And he's kept it very, very tidy, actually. Chris isn't giving up, though. There's been contact between Chris and Peter de Jong at the back. We're now on board with Chris, just to see if Chris can do anything about Nelson. That livery of Nelson's is really nice, actually. Done a good job on that one, whoever done that one. Shaken, not stirred. You know where that's come from, don't we? The name's gone.
So Andrea has cleared his stop and go.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a lap down though. So
yes,
I mean, he's still going to get points. Don't get me wrong, but he's not going to get the hat full of points he could have had.
And Peter now is less than a second away from Carlo and gaining all the time.
I'm just going to go to Jonathan Wood because Jonathan Wood's putting pressure on Derek Bird. Neil Bywater's just sitting in the background. Hugh Morris is putting tremendous pressure on Mark Stevens as well. I'm just going to put the gaps up on the times because I missed the gaps out, and I'm going to put the country of origin on there. It'll be interesting to see how Jonathan does because he's obviously been out of sorts with the racing. So I don't think he's had much practice with everyone else, has he?
That's right. He's been off for 4 weeks. He has an issue with his left arm, I believe, and he's taking a risk racing today. But I guess the will to race is stronger.
Look at this! Is he going to pass it? Goes. He's done it on the outside of Mr. Bird. What a place to pass! In fact, Derek must have made a mistake because Neil's now having it as well.
Yeah.
Neil's going for it. Yeah, tendinitis, I think he said he's got, isn't it?
Yes,
meanwhile, Hugh Morris has managed to pass Stevens So Yu's having an absolute flyer as well. This is
Ooh,
getting
Neil
close.
and Derek.
This is getting close. There's no contact,
Yeah,
but
man.
wow, it was close. Oh, Derek nearly over-rotated then. You just saw the front end start to come round more. So Neil Bywater's looking racy. It looks like Derek is fighting with the car a little bit. Now, is that as a result of the contact earlier on, and he's just lost a bit of aerodynamic, or what? Because he just seems to be fighting with the car. He doesn't seem to be as smooth. And look how much Neil's caught him up there.
Yeah.
He's really catching. And as we said, we've already seen the Lambo pass him. So I think on the straight, I know the Porsche is quick on the straight. I think he could be there for the taking. That's right, Don. Jonathan's fast in anything. Put him in a three-wheeler on this track and he'd still be quick. Like the Stig, innit? So David Gerrard at the back, who was involved in an incident early on, is now catching up Dimitri. And Chris Baker is putting pressure on the Pink Pig still. So there's a few very, very close battles going on. But as we know with this track, it's very, very difficult to pass on. You know, it's... oh, Chris Baker's going for it. He's going over the marbles. I think he's made that past it. He got a lot of run off there. And I don't know whether the Porsche Peter is running a lot of downforce, because Chris seemed to pass him quite easily there. And bearing in mind, I think Chris has already been involved in an incident, so he could be actually packing some car damage. Right, so just jump forward. You can see there, Mr. Wolfslaner catching up to Mr. Van Brabant. This is where the action's going to be. I think we're going to see this for lap after lap after lap.
That's right.
I'm just going to jump back quickly. Dimitri Stathis is looking at following Ferrari of Stevens. And I can see Mr. Gerrard is sat behind as well. I am keeping a look at the gap at the front as well, so if it does change, I will switch to it. Yeah, Nikos, Jonathan's back. He thought he'd give it a try. He could pay the ultimate price, though, and it could put him out for longer. Otherwise, he'd have been in the commentary booth with us.
Well, I'm sure I know he tried quali a couple of days ago, and
he did
was
indeed,
very
yeah.
happy with his pace, and decided he was going to go for it today.
I don't know if it's going to be a pass here. Peter's 1.3 seconds behind. This is the closest battle on track. Dimitri, which is Sim Montreal Racing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yes. Sim Racing Montreal. Okay, I got a couple of words the wrong way around. He's going for the... he's keeping close to him because he knows there's coming up to a passing area once you get through Tosa. If you get the right line... Oh, David Gerrard there, just going a bit deep in the PWS Aston. Now, Stevens there is very quick. We might go deep. No, he's alright. Everyone's managed to get through there. Chris Baker's car looks nailed to the ground the way he's going around the corners. I know what you mean, Nikos. It's nice even when he's in the commentary booth, but equally, you know, if he's fit to race, that's where he deserves to be. Yeah, because David Gerrard was looking for the run there, wasn't he, up the inside? He had a really good run on Dimitri. Dimitri's just dropped back a little bit now from Mr. Stevens.
So we have a very nice little battle there between Jonathan, Derek, and Neil Bywater.
Yeah. Back
to back.
I'll just I'll jump to that quickly. I mean, I will go back to this one in a minute because that is also this is close to Chris. You know, Chris, David, Gerrard, and Dimitri, and Mark Stevens. They're all within a couple of seconds of each other. I do think if Neil gets a good run, he will get onto the proper bumper of Derek. And then on the straight, I think we might see him pass it. But if Derek's in the toe of the Lambo, that makes it very, very difficult. Yeah, I'm just going to jump forward, as Nikos has just pointed out there. Hi, Andreas.
Hello, Andreas.
Nelson has pulled away. Well, we know Nelson has passed Chris Bourne. He's 2 seconds clear, and he's now putting pressure on Craig. So Nelson's having an absolute storming race here. He's got so much drive in that Aston. I mean, I thought the Bentley was good, but you can see he's actually gaining on him on the in a very short area, braking much later as well.
Definitely, he wants to break the 1, 2, 3, 4 Bentley position here.
He does, yeah. Right, Dimitri has lost 3 places. I think Dimitri's had enough, and he's lost places to Gerard, Baker, and De Jong. So Stathis has really struggled there. Back to Nelson. We'll just go back to Nelson. Yeah, we can see the Nelson's right on the rear now of Craig. We're coming to the end of the lap. You hear the difference in drive. That drive was fantastic. That Bentley just goes around the corners like just like a dinghy, innit? It just goes where you want it to.
And I see Andreas is cheering. Go Lars! Absolutely, Lars is doing a great race.
Yeah.
The only man in the McLaren P7. He's doing really well.
He's very late on the brake, Nelson. Isn't he? Very, very late, and yet he seems to get the car to stick. He never did that for me. His last lap was these guys are lapping at the 142s. Craig and him both in the 142s. In fact, I'll put the splits on for you just so you can see where we're up to. So you can see there a 142.8 and a 142.9. There's nothing separating them. I mean, Nelson's last sector was quick, but I think that toe from Craig really helped him. Craig's moving around a little bit. He's doing a Max Verstappen there, and he's just moving the car around a little bit. Looking very racy though. Interesting that. I was listening to Jonathan Wood the other day saying second through there. In the Aston, I was using first, and Nelson's just done exactly the same as me. Put into first, it just gives you this. Whoa! Whoa! That was sideways.
That was very close there.
He kept that. He went in a bit too deep on the second curb, which just causes the back to bounce. We got Alessandro Caiola on, and he's saying his weight diet didn't work. Unfortunately, no, because he hit the sausages. So he was that hungry, he decided he wants some sausages. Hugh has took John Saunders. Oh, that's close. That's close.
But John pushed him out there.
John Saunders doing a Max Verstappen there, forcing him off track.
Yeah, he did.
Dimitri Stathis is looking like he's getting racy on Peter here after losing his place. He's not going to make that stick though. He needs a bit more of a toe there. He should have sat behind him a little bit longer, so he's going around the outside. Is he going to outbrake him on the inside? He'll never make that stick. Whoa! What's going on there?
3 cars were involved. 2 are stopped right now.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to that. So, Hugh Morris, Stevens. What happened here? I completely missed what happened there. Stevens is gaining on Hugh. So Hugh had gone wide. Hugh's gone defensive. He's obviously lost power because of the coming off. Whoa! This car's going everywhere! Wow.
Oh my, yeah. Yeah, well.
So Hugh's now languishing back down towards... I mean, he's not the last because Mark Stevens is behind him. But a bit of a disaster for the Group 1. So where's me saying I'm not expecting accidents on track. I think there's been more in this one now than there was in both the Group 2 and the Group 3 race put together.
I believe so, yeah.
Right, so who can I jump on board with? Because there's really no battles. Nelson, let's sit on Nelson. Nelson's it's the closest battle we've got. He's gone a little bit wide there, a bit of sand coming up from his wheels. Yeah, Terry, that's what I'm saying. Group 3, Group 2. I think the total incidents of car on car were less than the incidents car on car on this race alone. But I do think the track has got a hell of a part to play. But I know Robert's not in the stream, he normally is. Me and Robert went into turn 1 like that, and we both come out of it the other side. And I think Juan and Jonathan thought we actually touched. We got close together twice, and at no point did we make contact. So, you know, there was contact there in the Group 1 race, but me and Robert got through there without incident, and it goes to show it can be done. Total respect to each other. I knew he was there, he knew I was there, and we both orchestrated our cars around the corner to ensure we didn't make contact. Terry saying, I think our group was the best. Yeah, to be honest, Terry, I think there was a lot of incidents with cars going off track. But I think car-on-car incidents, I was watching the stream back yesterday, I think there was, you know what, I'd struggle to count them on one hand, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there was anything significant. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Kai and Jeremy. There was an incident where Kai and Jeremy went off, and I actually had to go through the pair of them. How I didn't take both of them out when I went through the pair of them, I don't know. But that was the only, what I remember as a significant incident, if I'm not mistaken, was the Kai and Jeremy one. I don't recall seeing other cars going off track in that nature.
Yeah, I ended up last.
Yeah, I think
a miracle I finished P13.
Yeah, I think Kai said, didn't he? He said it was a race for him to forget that one. I don't think he enjoyed it at all.
But neither did I.
No. Well, you've got to take the good with the bad, unfortunately.
But what happens?
Right, I'm just going to jump. Oh, he's got a good run here. Craig's kept it going, though. Chris is still lurking behind. Luke was so excited with the race yesterday, he fell asleep, apparently. Yeah, you did, Lee. That was on Tosa, if I'm not mistaken. You tried to, shall we say, make your car bigger on the inside. But then I think you had quite a big off, didn't you? Where you seemed to get stuck in the sand. Yeah, we all finished, Paul. Although I think Eric said, didn't he? Eric got a disconnect again. I think Eric, if I recall, Eric saying he got a disconnect. Right, David Gerrard. Gerrard's putting pressure on now on the Porsche. And you can see there's still... And Mark Stevens is off. Oh! Now, has he hit the barrier? I'm not too sure. He's met his good friend Barry there. Barry R. But he's obviously over-rotated it coming through Aquaminarale there. I don't know who to stick to because there's two battles going on track, but this obviously one's for the front. So Lee's saying, yes, I thought he was giving me space, probably my fault. And then Lee said his VR headset went black for a short time and it went off. That would explain why he just sat in the sand, because I couldn't understand why you weren't moving, then you started moving again. Yeah, there's two battles. Oh, there's been a change at the back. And Tony Whitten has passed Dimitri. And Andrea's now trying to unlap himself. I believe that is Andrea unlapping himself. Let's have a look. Is he going to make it pass? David Gerrard is still putting pressure on the Pink Pig. He's got a good angle there. He should get a good drive out of there. But you know what? Peter's making it stick. So their lap times is David Gerrard's last lap was a 1:45. Peter's was also a 1:45. Looking at the lap times, these two guys are very, very closely matched. I think it's fair to say. You know what, Lee? I think I don't know if there's a Windows update caused problems. I've had loads of problems with my wheel these last few days, and I know other people have had problems as well. There we go. Is he going for the pass? It's going to take some guts doing it there. But Peter's always going to go deep there. Now, that will be a track warning. Because he was never in front in the first place, that can't really be classed as gain advantage. I'm sure the stewards would look at that though. Because the fact that he cut the corner meant he kept his position. In reality there, that position should have switched back. So it'll be interesting to see if David Gerrard lodges that one, because it will need to be looked at. I know you just typed something, Terry, but I didn't quite get it. It looked like it was a bit of binary code. You give me a minute, I will interpret the binary code for you. 10 or 11. What was that? Sorry, Terry. 10 or 11 what?
So Carlo and Peter are 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds
Ahead
clear
of Reece.
from
Reece Wiggin, isn't
Reece
it?
Wiggin.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm on Windows 11, Terry. Sorry, I'm on Windows 11. I've upgraded to 11, but the updates have been affecting 10 and 11, I believe. So it's I think it doesn't matter which version you're on. It just seems to be problematic. So I've been having problems with wheel, very erratic problems, and I mean erratic problems. So I was on yesterday practicing. Come out the pits, no problem. Went round 2 corners through Tamburello, and I turned my wheel. It didn't turn. So I was like, right, okay. Reset it all. Come back out. Went back on. Got into the game. Went onto the ACC senior server, and went down the straight. Went to turn the wheel, and it was like my steering was at 5,000. It was taking ages to go around the corner. I had to reboot and switch it all off to start again. And then I've got everything working for the race. Into the race, you'd have seen me probably go off if you watched the stream, and it looked like it was bad driving, but my force feedback just decided to go up the ghost. So I ended up racing 3/4 of that race with no force feedback. So I couldn't feel the curbs, I couldn't feel the rumbles, and I couldn't feel the torque in the corners. So it was interesting and exciting, shall we say, for me. And we can see here David Gerrard in the PWS Aston. Oh, that was getting close. Has made the pass now on the Pink Pig of Peter. Steve Howells has just been in for a swim in Donington. Excellent. So Andre is saying the same. He's having the same problems, and he's done a Windows 10 upgrade. I think they've changed something. I don't know if it's the timing on the USB ports or what, but it's definitely causing problems. Well, Luke's got problems on YouTube. Yeah, Terry, I think the Fanatec's a problem on Windows 11, but I do think they fixed them now. Again, I think that was to do with the USB timing. Right, let's go to the front. Peter's still only a second behind. The thing is with this track, it's very difficult to pass. So I think unless you're going to get, you know, Peter's going to be sat behind him. Oh, I'm just going to jump back. Derek Bird's looking racy against Jonathan Wood. Coming down the straight. Neil Bywater's looking at it as well. But I'll tell you what, that Lambo's got some grunt though. I think Derek probably, and you can see now Neil Bywater's going for the pass up the inside.
Whoa.
Is he going to make it stick? Derek wanted to go left there but couldn't. No. All breathing safely again. Wow. So I think this is the battle at the moment. There's not much else going on track. 21 minutes left to race.
Yeah, I wanted to say maybe Peter, I remember the last interview you did with him. He mentioned nursing the tires and managing the tires to the end of the race. So is he doing this right now? Is the question.
You don't know how Carlo and Peter in that race, because Carlo could be doing that, nursing his tyres, and Peter's thinking, well, I'm going to save mine, and then they just end up battling for another 10 laps at the end. If Carlo's defending, you know full well that if you're defending, you burn your tyres up more. Oh, Jonathan's gone slippy there. He's defending from Derek. Derek's gone on the outside, but Jonathan's going to get the corner into the chicane. Derek's going to go for the drive out. Derek looks like, oh, this is going to be close. So close. Great racing. For a good drive down here, but Jonathan's kept Derek at bay here. he'll be loving this, Jonathan, to be fair. Back in the seat after I don't know how long. I think Derek seemed to hold off then. Or is he just waiting for the drive out the corner?
Yeah,
He needs to stick and get that toe and then pull out rather than just sitting to the one side, because before he seemed to go to the left. Now he's sitting with the toe now. He's not gaining though. He's just not gaining. And look at that, Neil Bywater's pulling up again. I think this is where the battle's going to be, isn't it, for what is 8th place. Let's do a quick tour down the grid. Carlo Van Brabant. His last was a 1:42.4. He's 1 second ahead of Peter, as we can see there. Peter's last lap was a 1:42.4. That's how close these guys are racing. And he's 7.9 seconds ahead of Rhys Wiggin. Rhys Wiggins' last lap was a 1:43 flat, so 6/10 off. And he's 4 seconds ahead of Craig Holmes. There's been an incident at the back. Now, there was not contact as far as I'm aware. Oh, there was contact. Let's have a quick replay to see what happened there then. So there was an incident. Initially, it didn't look like it was contact, but it's now flagged up as contact. Let's wait for it all to reset. Here we go. So we're on board with Tony Whitten. Now, this involved Peter de Jong. Now, I can't see Peter at the moment. There's Peter. So they're giving Andrea blue flags, so maybe Peter's eased off a little bit. So far, so Peter's really hit the curb. He's over-rotated the car. Oh, Tony could have gone to the left there. Maybe his mind was made up. So, again, that's got to go down as a racing incident, I believe, in my, from my perspective. Yeah. And really not much he could do there. And you can see that's really opened the door now for Dimitri and Hugh, knowing full well that Tony Whitten's struggling a little bit. So anyway, it was down to Rhys Wiggin. So Rhys Wiggin is 3.8 seconds ahead of Craig Holmes. Craig Holmes is less than a second ahead of Nelson, who you can see there in the red Aston. Chris Bourne is 5 seconds behind them. So Chris Bourne, unusually, is struggling to keep up with the guys in front of him. It may be just a track car combination thing. Lars is 5 seconds behind. Just gone a little bit wide there. That curb, I will say, if you do go on it too much, it does pull you to the right anyway. So, all he's done there is he's just took a bit too much out of the curb. But, easy race. Jonathan Wood's 11 seconds behind, and he's now being massively pressured by Derek. So they're coming in. I'm just trying to work out where they are. Yeah. Coming down there and the back of Minerale. Nothing happening here. So Derek Bird is literally 3 tenths behind. Neil Bywater's just over a second behind, riding the curbs really well. And then 4 seconds behind we've got David Noble, who's had quite a quiet race, incident free to be fair, just getting on with it. His lap times actually are better than the guys in front by nearly half a second. So David is catching them guys in front because they're fighting with each other. Chris Baker is 17 seconds behind, and you can see John Saunders is 2 seconds behind him. So John Saunders had a couple of issues and a couple of offs. 5 seconds behind that we've got David Gerrard in the PWS Aston, and then 10 seconds behind that we've got Tony Whitten, who had a bit of an incident before where he hit the pink pig of Peter de Jong as a result of him hitting the curbs. And then you can see quite close behind that we've got Dimitri, and then we've got Hugh within half a second. So Hugh's having a great race. Peter de Jong is now nearly 7 seconds behind Hugh, and Hugh's looking the quicker guy at the moment. And then behind that we've got Mark Stevens, who's having a very quiet race after a couple of incidents. And then Andre Caiola, who's now on the same lap as a few of the guys, but he's got a long way to go to make any significant places. All he's doing at the moment is catching back markers, and I think he's caught up to John Saunders. So I think that's where it is. So I'm just going to go back to where the action is. Hugh Morris, very close with Dimitri.
And Neil Bywater is
catching
almost.
Derek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what's in the chat. What have I missed? Don Queen. I can't wait.
They're talking about the rain in Donington.
Peter David saying rain. Yep, the wet stuff. And Stefan says an English summer. And that's a true word, Stefan. That is the English summer. Yeah, we kept the lights on this time. Weren't that cruel. Donington in the dark would have been a nightmare. Nikos, I can wait. So Hugh Morris has made the pass on Dimitri. Hugh's having a cracking race. Slowly but surely he's just moving up that field after his incident with it was Saunders, wasn't it, before? Back to Nelson. Just to go to the rear of Craig's car. God, Craig's going to be sick of the sight of an Aston after the end of this, because Nelson hasn't given him a breath of fresh air, and his tyres. I mean, I'd say his tyres must be going off, but he's looking really racy. David Noble's just gone wide. He's just recovered it though. He was off track for a split second. We've got 14 minutes to go. You may notice there's no driver interview today stream. That's purely because I didn't have time to organise anything. It's been a very busy day at Pocock Towers today, so I've not been able to get anything prepared. It was really last minute getting the stream sorted out. It's just a typical Sunday for me. I was refereeing my daughter's football match this morning, then had quite a few things to sort out. Dimitri's off track. Get himself back on. He's not going to lose places where he is at the moment, but you can see Peter's catching him up there. So where we were, Nelson, wasn't it? So this is the closest battle on track, and the only battle giving us any entertainment at the moment. But I think we realised actually from the interviews we've taken, Nelson really hit them curbs. He got the car to sit. This is a difficult track to take an interview on. I think it's fair to say. See you, Peter. Go and clean your windows. When I'm cleaning windows.
Here comes Nelson.
What
Here
a
comes
pass!
Nelson.
Oh, I thought he was going to make that stick then.
Wow.
Was it Robert who did that the other day? He went round the outside. I think it was Robert, wasn't it? He went round the outside the other day in the... or was it Robert?
I'm not sure.
Someone went round the outside. It was a fantastic move. I just noticed what you put in there, Nikos, in relation to the tracks. We've got to try, what we do is we've got to try and vary it a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nice racing a track every week with sunny weather or clear weather, but we need to add variety. So the night race and the wet race, that's a one-off combination, really. We just tend to do, it's that one race where it's wet and it's dark. That does add a lot to the, to the interest, because it's difficult. And I noticed a few people will go, sorry, Don. I've just twigged. Yeah, it was Don who went round the outside. I stand corrected. I like the way you do that, Don. Real good, that fella. Dimitri's in the pits. So it was Don who went round the outside at Tosa and made it stick. So back to the tracks. Yeah, we've got to try and think of something that keeps you excited. Now, obviously, this season's coming to an end. We've only got 5 more races to go. Next season we're going to mix it up a little bit. We'll reveal more details. We might even ask for feedback as well before we put it together. But getting the tracks different and thinking of something that's going to add to it, we've got to try and make it across the board fair. I'm just going to jump to Neil Bywater and Derek, because this is getting really close again with Jonathan Wood.
Yeah, the fight is incredible there.
So we don't have many wet races, as you know. So I think this is only the second wet race, isn't it, Jeremy?
No, I believe it's the third one.
Third wet race. About 16. That's quite low in the grand scheme of things. Neil's just gone wide there, as you can see. I'm wondering whether Jonathan's injury is now starting to pay, because Derek's looking really, really racy there. Snow and night at Bathurst, Melvin. Wow, that would be a combination. Pity ACC doesn't come with spikes.
No ballast, no ballast ball.
No, there's going to be no ballast. Yeah, Paul Moore, you're right there. The sun and great track conditions are, are not realistic. So what we looked at Donington, and we agreed, Jeremy himself agreed it was going to be a wet race. Now, we had no intentions of making it a night race, so don't worry about that.
No.
But we thought, you're not always going to get light rain, so let's just turn it up a couple of notches. And if you can drive in the wet, to be honest, if you can drive in the dry, it's all about controlling the car on track. If you've practiced, I don't see what the problem is. Yes, the conditions are different. The car's not going to stop in the same place, but that's the point of practice. My service set up for this now. So just get yourself some practice. Nikos is saying, I like variety, but on an easy track. Nothing wrong with Donington, Nikos. You could argue which is the easiest track. People always have different opinions. So Nikos, I think you've completely contradicted yourself there. Short and narrow track with difficult turns and wet. That's not diversity, that's torture. That's the actual description of diversity.
Derek Bird really going after
I'm
Jonathan there.
I'm wondering whether Jonathan's through his tyres with 9 minutes to go, or his injury he's just starting to feel his arm a little bit. But then again, Neil Bywater's Neil Bywater twitched then to the right.
She did.
So Don Queen saying, Jeremy, a 2-hour race with 2 mandatory pit stops at Spa to close the season.
Why not? Everything's possible.
Absolutely. Luke says it's a good thing I'm not racing Friday. No, you're boating. Not racing, you're boating. So we've got any viewers who are new to the stream? Don't forget to like the video. If you haven't already liked the video and you're watching it, please click the like button and subscribe. And, every time we've got a race, you'll get a notification. I am now trying on a Monday to put all the races into YouTube in advance so the notifications are there ready to go rather than doing it on the day. I'm also embedding, allowing the embed option. So if you wanted to embed the link somewhere, you've got the ability to do that as well. It was a suggestion someone put on the other day, and I've honoured that. Andy Goddard
as well.
Sorry, go on, Jeremy.
I just want to encourage everyone. Ask your friends. Anyone who has a YouTube channel to subscribe. We're almost at 280 subscribers. We need more. We want more.
We've got a problem here. Neil Bywater's car's going around the corner sideways. Have we got a ping issue? His car's
does have a ping issue since the beginning of the race.
Watch his car. His car's not going around the corners.
Yeah, I see that. But he's been in the red on the server since the beginning of quali. I don't know why, because Neil usually has a good connection.
He does. I mean, his car's bouncing everywhere there.
Yeah, so he has lag.
Yeah, his car's just not going round, going straight. Oh, he's hit the curbs there. He's bounced over. Paul Moore says, it doesn't matter, Paul. If you're going to run slicks, we'll all drop you off on the start line. So Melvin, that's exactly the attitude. They race, and this is a sim to bring it on. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, I agree, Melvin. That's the idea. It's to bring up that enthusiasm a little bit. I'm going to jump forward to Peter Wolfslaner. He's down to a second now.
That's it.
Andy Goddard saying a mandatory toilet stop required after 2 hours. If it's 2 hours. Yeah, I'll have to remember not to drink that day, won't I? I'll be pitting every 5 minutes. Ping for me yesterday, Terry. I think ping for me is around 90 to 100. It's the latency you've got to be careful of. Because a bad latency brings the server latency up, and that's when you start having problems. Yeah, I think this is settling down. Got 5 minutes to go. Are we plummeting for a driver of the day?
Let's see what the feed says.
And Don Queen saying, in the 2-hour race, turn the multiplier up to 12.
24 hours.
24 hours spa. I'll tell you what.
And Neil Bywater got to drive through.
Oh, so that'll be his ping.
Yeah,
he's going around the cut. Yeah, that'll be his ping. That he's driving the car, and the car's not where it is on track.
That's unfortunate.
So 2 votes for Carlo. Yeah, Nelson's dropped off the pace now with Craig Holmes. That's his tyres gone into it. Craig survived the battle there. Yeah, we've got 1 vote for Nelson. I think Nelson's had a fantastic race, to be fair. He managed to pass Chris. He put Chris at bay. I mean, Chris is 3 seconds behind Nelson. Don Queen, Jonathan Wood with 1 arm. He's not racing with 1 arm. He's racing with both. He's just had an inconvenience. Yeah, Carlo's keeping Peter at 1.5 seconds ahead. Hugh Morris is putting pressure on Tony Whitten. I think Hugh Morris has had a good race, considering he knows he's out of his depth in that league. He's not give up. 2 for Nelson, 2 for Carlo, 1 for Jonathan.
Yeah, my vote goes to Carlo. I think he's doing a fantastic race. Got the pole, led the race so far from start to finish. I mean, there's still 4 minutes to go, but he's my driver of the day.
Okay, so as it stands, my driver of the day, I'm siding with Nelson, and here's my reasoning. Okay, granted, Carlo's had pressure from Peter, but week in, week out, Carlo and Peter use that sort of pressure, and you often see these guys up in front regardless of who's behind them, and they always seem to defend really well. Very rare you see them pass. What you got to think about with some of the other drivers like Nelson. Nelson's missed out on driver of the day, I think, for 2 weeks more or less running, because the drivers at the front have been good and carried on running at the front. So number 38, is that Neil Bywater? Yeah, Neil Bywater still knows drive through. So Nelson's passed cars. He's passed Chris Bourne. He put a lot of pressure on Craig Holmes. Granted, he's off the beaten track a little bit now. He's fought for the position. He's battled. He's made a pass. He's done it fairly. He's done it on track. You know, so I'm going to side with Nelson. Now, again, you know, we do vote. So we've also got hi Jorian, didn't know you were there. Carlo, Luke saying Carlo, Peter saying Carlo. That's fair comment. So it's Carlo. You know, at the end of the day, if people vote for people, I'm not going to turn around and say it's my say so. I don't work that way. We'll go with Carlo for that, and that's perfectly acceptable from my perspective. So let's just jump forward with Carlo. I just need to get this set up so I can do it. Just follow him around a little bit. I know Peter's behind him. In fact, let's jump to Peter, to the cockpit view. Now, I'm going to go to the helicam because they're coming up to back markers. Right, so let's see. There you go. The second drive of the day Carlo's had this, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so.
I think Peter's had a couple as well. So, we've got that sorted. Andreas is saying Carlo. Yeah, that's fine. I need to just do this. Get this set up. As I said, 2 seconds. Make sure I've got it right. Sometimes Streamlabs can be a bit of a pain. Look at that. He's flashing them Carlo there, but
Right.
Tony Whitten's off. No, he's not off. He's just letting the cars pass. I didn't realise that. Yeah, Carlo's flashing his lights. He doesn't want to lose to Peter. Hugh's gone wide. Back markers are doing a sterling job here, to be fair. And I expect Peter's going to pass him as well. Yeah, Peter's gone down the inside. He's not upset Peter at all there, Hugh. Hugh's gone very fair. Neil Bywater's just come out the pits, so he's got his pit stop done and dusted. Let's just jump back to that front. Peter.
Leaders on final lap now.
So we'll
That's the final lap.
follow Carlo round now. As Carlo has been voted, and I'm sure he's going to take a photograph like he has been doing. Driver of the day, Carlo van Brabant. Sterling drive, sterling performance. Great qualifying, great race. Kept Peter at bay, which as we know is no mean feat in itself. Faultless drive actually, Carlo and Peter. And Reese, to be fair, all faultless, but Reese just couldn't keep up with the guys. He's 15 seconds behind. So Carlo having a great race here. Means that it's not a total clean sweep for Peter. Peter's done some exceptional racing recently and got a stack of points, but Carlo's really just turned that round a little bit. Great race for Carlo this. And look how close they are. They're almost in procession, aren't they?
That's right.
Fantastic. So accident packed again this. Loads of accidents in Group 1. As I said, more accidents in this group than Group 2 and Group 3 put together, which has astounded me, to be honest. Yes, cars have got off track as well, but I think it's the sheer number of incidents between two cars or multiple cars. I don't think we had nothing significant on lap 1. We need to check that because there was an impact, but that looked more like a racing incident. You can see there Peter's flashing Carlo. Excellent gentleman racing that.
Go.
Brilliant, absolutely
Very
brilliant between
nice
the pair
race.
of them. In third place, Reese Wiggin coming round the corner. Brilliant. Reese has made it over, and Craig's made it over as well. They're very bouncy, them Bentleys, aren't they? And then we've got Nelson coming down the back as well. And then we got Chris Bourne who's come over, and then we got Lars. Yeah. All these guys knowing. And that barbecue's going again. Jonathan held off Derek. Well done, Jonathan. Absolutely fantastic that for your first race back with probably limited practice and
Yes.
holding an injury. And there's Derek, and then David's coming over the line, and then we got Chris Baker. Again, a bit of an incident early on with Chris, but managed to get through. His lap times have been very respectable actually. His last lap, and then we've got John Saunders coming over in the Ferrari. I think John Saunders has struggled with as a result of contact actually quite early on. You can see his car's got a couple of bruise marks on it. But I don't think he was running at full tilt. He was a second down on that last lap alone compared to the drivers around him. And then David Gerard. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So, just want to thank everybody. Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic race for Group 1. Another successful stream there. Another great race for the Group 1 racers. So, I just want to say thanks to everyone. Have a good day, good evening, wherever you are. I've been Mark Pocock. You know what I mean?
Yes. See you all next week.
Take care all. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.